back, everyone, to another episode of Mumbles. Today, I am back with another game review, just especially for you, my favorite group of people. Today, I'm reviewing a game on the Nintendo Switch, and that game is SkyTime. Now, before I get into anything about this game whatsoever, I do have to ask you guys all a huge favor. Drop a like if you like the video. It helps the search results go up. It helps people find the channel. When people find the channel, more people are drawn to the channel, so on and so forth. And I just really appreciate it, guys. So please, if you can, drop a like. Anyways, guys, let's talk about SkyTime. Now, SkyTime is a game that is available for $2.99, and it is available on Nintendo Switch or Steam. Now, this game is created by no single company. Instead, it was created by multiple people, and rather than try to butcher their names or anything like that, I will just tell you this. I will put each of their names in the description of this video if you're interested. And I will also tell you that they have not made any real games as a group before. So this is a brand new type of a game for them, and they're all working together on one of their very first games. So what is SkyTime really about? Basically, this game tells the story of a scientist who loses his family in an avalanche. And basically decides to go and try to find them. Now, this game is not really a story-based game. If you guys have ever played any of the speedrunning type games, that's the kind of game this is. So now let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, graphics in this game. The graphics in this game are just okay. They're not great. They're not horrible. They're just kind of okay, guys. They have bright colors and stuff like that, so I can't hate on it too much. But by no means are these pristine graphics. They do have some problems. Now, soundtrack-wise, this game, I didn't really care for the soundtrack in this game. I just got to be honest. It was just kind of there. And when you put a soundtrack in a game and it's just to be there, that's never a good sign in a game. You always want it to kind of relate to the game in some way, shape, or form. Now, finally, the controls. The controls in this game actually do work pretty good. They're very precise, which is what you need for a speedrunning type game. Now let's talk about the gameplay. SkyTime is very much a game that is a speedrunning type game. This game reminded me very much of a game called Cluster Truck, where the basic idea is to jump from one truck to the next truck, to the next truck, to the next truck in order to get to the goal. That's kind of how this game plays out. You're basically jumping over things, you're using your freeze time ability, and you're basically doing all that. Now, there is combat in this game. As you jump from thing to thing, you will be faced with basically machines that shoot at you, and you have a wrench that you can use to throw at them and destroy them. But that's really the only thing you do in this game. Like I said, it's a speedrunning game. You jump from thing to thing, and you try to get to the goal as quickly as possible. Now, as you proceed from level to level, you will see that things do change. The layout of courses change. But the idea behind the game is always the same. Get from platform to platform and get to the goal. So, that's all there really is to talk about in the gameplay section of this game. It's really just a speedrunning game that you get from point A to point B as quickly as possible and without dying. So now let's talk about the cons of this game. The first con that I have for this game is the story. Now, I talk about the story in cons for games a lot. And a lot of the time I just say if you just put a story in it, if you just put a story in it, you make it interesting, then I'll have a reason to play this game. The problem is, they don't do a lot to kind of support what is going on in the world. So, for example, your family gets swept up in an avalanche. So now you decide to jump from car to car to get to each goal? Seems a little awkward and not well thought out to me. Just my nitpicking. The second con that I have for this game is that this game is rather repetitive. This game isn't anything we haven't seen before. It doesn't really introduce anything new. We've all seen the time stoppage and the freeze and the this and the that in these speedrunning type games. And this game doesn't really do anything to introduce anything new to make you, ooh, look at the shiny new object. There's none of that really in this game. My third and final con for this game is that this game is rather short. I mean, I can't really complain about it for $2.99. For a $2.99 game, you know, a short game, 10 levels, I can't really complain about it. But it feels like there could be more. It just feels like they could have done more with it in length, in story, and everything. So that's my final con. Let me talk about my overall score. So all that's really left to ask now is, what is the overall score SkyTime is going to get? You know, as a gamer myself, I do enjoy these speedrunning type games. They have a place in video games. They really do. But the thing is that when a company creates it, and I don't mean to hate on the little guy, but when a company creates it, they got to do something new. Like I played a game, Speedrunners from Hell, and that game was different. You know, it had demons in it. It did that kind of game. It did that kind of thing. And this game kind of feels like a copy of Cluster Truck. And I just could never really get over that. So when a game does that, it's hard for me to, you know, sit here and tell you or recommend it for you guys or give it a great score. So that's just my thought process on the game. So finally, let's talk about the score. This game is going to get a 4 out of 10 on our Mumbles review. And I have to say, if you like speedrunning games, if you like games like Cluster Truck, you're going to really like this game. For $2.99, you can't go wrong here. But can it stand up to the AAA titles? No. It's never going to be that. But still, an overall fun game. Anyways, guys, this has been my review of SkyTime. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, smack all those buttons. Now, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everyone. Take care.